going to do an assignment focused on alignment. So this is going to be our final product, what we're looking at in the end. And I'm going to show you how to do it. It's relatively easy, and I can't wait to see what you all come up with. So you're going to open up Illustrator. Be sure that before you do that, you've saved the picture we took in class to your computer so you have it ready in your downloads. You're going to go to Illustrator and you're going to go to File, New, create a new document, make sure it's set up as a print object. You're going to name it with your first name underscore alignment. We're going to change the points to inches, and let's go ahead and stick with our 4" by 4" document. It's going to be square, so we don't have to worry about the orientation. And create. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to place in the picture that we took. So go to File, Place, and we are going to go to our downloads to find the picture. I have mine saved already in the folder that I have ready for this class, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it from there and place. What happens when you click place? The little icon comes up by your cursor. So if you just click, your picture is going to go ahead and go in at whatever size it is. So it's really, really huge right now, and it's going to take some time to size it in there. So I'm going to go back to File, Place, and show you what happens if you click and drag. So I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to now click and drag, and I want to fill this entire square. So I'm going to scroll down till I'm filling the entire square. And now I don't have to spend some time resizing. What I do want to do, just for the sake of staying nice and clean, I'm going to go up to the top panel and go Crop Image. And I'm going to drag this bottom up to the bottom of my artboard and apply. So now we have our picture in place, ready to go. But I do want you guys to work with this document as black and white. So with this picture selected, I'm going to go to Object, and I'm going to go to Rasterize. It's about a little less than halfway down. And change the color model from, yours might be set at CMYK. We're going to choose grayscale. Go ahead with the resolution, keep it high, and we can say OK. Now we have our grayscale image ready to go. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and move this picture over to the side off the artboard for now. Next, we're going to work with our text. So go to your type tool, click on your type tool, and I would go ahead and drag a text box that's going to cover about half of your board to work with. And here's where you're going to put either one, the words that describe you, the word you came up with that describe who you are, or the quote that you like to live your life by, a motivational quote. So I actually heard this really awesome story about hummingbirds, that both hummingbirds and vultures survive in the desert, but one is looking for, I obviously can't type and talk at the same time. One is looking for death and decay to survive on, and the other one is looking for the life and the beauty and the flowers. And that's where they get their nourishment, and that's how they survive. So I was looking for a quote for living life like a hummingbird. I couldn't find one, so I kind of came up with this one on my own. Live like a hummingbird, focused on the beauty of our world. So that's going to be my quote. And what we want to do with this is we want to, one, left align it, which the default usually is left align, but I'll show you how to change the alignment because that's what our assignment's about. But also we want to bring it all the way down the page so that it's going to be clipping mask with our picture. So I'm going to go over here. First of all, I want to change my font. So I'm going to click on the character box and scroll down and find what you want is a really thick display font. So this Abadi is good. I'm not good at that. Anton is good. I really like Impact. I use Impact quite a bit, so I'm going to choose Impact. I'm going to bring that size up. I'm liking that size. Mine's at 33 points, but it's up to you what you're going to have. But a big thing is we've got a lot of space in between these lines. And what that's going to do is it's going to throw off our picture when we put it in there. So we're going to change the leading of those lines. And so these two A's on top of each other with a double arrow, you can click the down arrow and bring those lines closer together. So you want them close enough that there's not a lot of space in between there, but not too close that they're touching like this. Then it gets a little hard to read. So make sure you have a little bit of space in there. I think that's looking pretty good. And here's where we're going to look at our alignment. Underneath we have paragraph. If you ever don't see what you're looking for, if you're looking for character, if you're looking for paragraph and it's not over here, you can always go to Window, open up the paragraph window, which is actually under character, I believe. So we're going to go to character. Nope, never mind. It's under type. And then it's under paragraph. So you can open up a window if you need to. So here's where we're working with our alignment. You have center alignment, right alignment, a lot of other options to choose from that we're not going to deal with right now, but just so you know where to find them. So we're going to keep it with the default, which is the left alignment. If you choose to do so, if you like the right side of your face better, you want that part to be shown and you want the words to go on the other side, by all means, you can change this up, bring your text to the other side, and then you're going to want to right align it. But that is up to you, how you want to set up your picture. So I'm going to left align mine and bring it kind of centered in here. I actually might like it up on the top a little bit. All right, so this is text. We want to make sure that before we do anything that everything's spelled correctly. So we're going to go to Edit, Spelling, Auto Spell Check. So let's make sure we are checking our spelling. And where's my box that popped up? There usually is a box that pops up. All right, we're going to do check spelling. Start, focus. So I'm going to click on focus. Really, it's just telling me that it's not capitalized. I don't need it capitalized, so I'm going to say ignore that for now and done. So now we've did spell check. We checked everything. We're going to go up to type option on the very top. Click on type, and we need to change this into an object. So it's no longer going to be an editable type. So you're going to click on create outlines, which is about halfway down. Now this is a shape. It's a vector shape, and we can no longer change the type in there. So you can see over here we've got all of our properties changed. It's now a shape. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to Object, and we're going to do Compound Path. It's almost at the bottom, and Make. Now we just have a compound path going on. We're going to choose down underneath our color options for our fill and our stroke. There's these three boxes. We have Draw Normal, Draw Behind, and Draw Inside. So we're going to choose the Draw Inside mode. We can now click on our picture. So with my selection tool, I just clicked on the picture. I'm going to do Command or Control C. And then I'm going to come over here and do Command or Control V as in Victor. So that's basically, you can go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. So if you notice, it put my picture all the way, kind of centered it pretty nicely, actually, to be honest. But we don't want it centered. So I'm using the arrow keys on my keyboard to align it up with the box so that I know that when I put my other picture in there that it's going to be aligned correctly. So you can see my face coming through here, my hair, and it is now in the box. One thing that you always want to remember if you use these options, the draw behind, the draw inside, and the draw normal, make sure that you put it back to the draw normal so you don't have any problems later on. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in our first image. We're going to, with the selection tool, bring that back in. And I'm going to go up to crop image, and I'm going to crop it and bring it over to where you guys can see my text popping up back there. I'm going to bring it over to where it's on the outside of it, and then it cropped it in a little bit on the edge over here. I want to make sure it's on the edge, and apply. So I actually feel like I went just a tad too far over, so I'm going to undo crop, bring that over. Oh, that was not crop. I did not crop, I just resized it. Alright, so I just want to, once I see that F go away, I want to go just to right to the edge of it. Bring my other edge over and apply. Much better. So now we have our picture on the one side, our words on this side. There's a couple things that you can do to choose to make it a little bit more detailed if you want. You can take the opacity down on your picture if you want to have the words pop out a little bit more. So I'm going to put my opacity about 60. Then the last thing we can do is, because I didn't take out the background, so this is in a solid white background, I'm going to go ahead and create the same color background for over here. So I'm going to go to my rectangle tool, click on the top, drag across the entire object, go to my eyedropper tool, and I'm going to eyedrop on that background color. So this square that I just put on here for the background is on the top of my image. I really kind of like what it did. It gave it kind of a matte look. I'm at 60% opacity, and it kind of made a fun little matte look. But I am going to go ahead and send it all the way to back for it to be the background color so my letters do pop. So I'm going to, with the square selected, I'm going to go to Object, Arrange, and send it to back. So now my background colors kind of blend in really nicely, and my letters still pop. And so that's it. That's all you had to do. I'm going to go to File, Save As. Make sure you're always saving your work as an Illustrator file in case you want to change it or rework it, or you need to bring it up later on. So save as if it's a multiple day project. Make sure you had your name correctly. My save as box is going to look a little bit differently than yours. I'm working from a Mac, but you are going to go ahead and save it to your pictures on the side. I'm going to put mine in my external hard drive where I keep all of my assignments. And so I already have an alignment assignment for Illustrator started. So that's where I'm going to put mine. Make sure you're saving the format as an Adobe Illustrator AI file. And save. It's going to ask you one more question. The defaults are okay, so just say okay. Next, for turning in for your grade, you need to save it as a JPEG. So we're going to go to File, Export, Export As, and you are going to now make sure your file name is correct. You're going to make sure it's saving to the same place. So just kind of make sure I've got mine in the Illustrator in the same folder. That's good. So mine says format. Yours might be a little bit different. Save file type as or something like that. You're going to go down and select JPEG. Choose Use Artboard and Export. We're going to have a couple more questions here. A big thing here is the default on your computers are at 5 and the resolution's at 72. I want you to change the quality up to 10 and change the resolution to medium, which is 150 ppl. Say OK. Now you have it saved as a JPEG. The last part you need to do, two things, is make sure that you're saving your AI and your JPEG to OneDrive. So open up your OneView, go to your OneDrive, go to your Com Art folder and save it there. And then you're going to go to Teams, open up the class notebook, go to your navigation bar, find your name. I'm going to put mine in the content library as in the example. You're going to go to the third quarter. You should already have your page titled Alignment Poster, where you have the words that you wanted to put and you have your original picture in there. Then you're going to make sure your cursor is down underneath all of that. Go to Insert, Picture, from File, choose where it's located. So mine's going to be in my Com Art assignments, but in Alignment. Where did the alignment go? Oh, right in front of my face. Illustrator and my JPEG. Make sure you're saving the JPEG and you're going to insert it. So if you do not see the picture pop up where you can see it right there, that means when I go to grade it, I won't be able to see it either. So make sure that you follow those steps and you save it correctly. You insert it as a JPEG into your page. So that's all for your alignment assignment. I hope you all have a great day and I can't wait to see your work.